Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. It's Tiffany, and as a recruiter who is passionate about career related topics, I wanted to share 5 tips to help with your next job search, and especially for graduates who are in the process now of looking for their next roles. So the first one is to pay attention to the details. Now, you wouldn't build a house without a foundation, right? Otherwise it would fall. And in the same way, you have to apply the same approach to your CV and your LinkedIn profile. After all, they act as your professional passports that can essentially open doors to an interview. And even if you need to pay to have them professionally done. Your CV shouldn't be more than 1 page in general, and also your LinkedIn should include a professional photo and a brief detail about your qualifications and your current sort of a profile summary. And if you think about it, they make the first impression, and you don't want that to be that you're careless or you lack attention to detail. The second tip is to invest in yourself. Now, opportunities come at the most unexpected moments, so make it a priority to always be ready. You might meet your next boss at a party, at the gym, or even on the train, and the work you put into yourself to be interesting and also be interested in others is what will help you shine at those moments. How do you invest in yourself? Ultimately transition from consumer to a creator mindset. So spend your time learning about yourself, learning about the world around you, investing time into your hobbies, traveling, and overall develop the ability to thrive in different situations, and especially connect with a diverse range of people, and not only those who look like you or come from where you come from. My third tip is take a proactive approach to your job search. Now, using websites like Indeed and Read can be useful in some cases, but ultimately you're sending your CVs into a pit with other CVs. And especially as a graduate where there's so many other graduates like yourself, you need to stand out. My best advice for that is to get on LinkedIn, find the decision makers, find the directors of the companies, the owners of the companies, the hiring managers. Send an email including your CV and a brief description of your experience and also why they need to meet with you. This way you can be a little bit more creative and stand out. And sometimes people will even admire your courage, and it's not necessarily like you have the right skills, but the fact that you took the initiative to get in touch with them directly, they will admire that. And if you're really brave, then print off a couple of your CVs and go to a very busy station and hand it out. And we have seen a lot of graduates try that in the last few years, and they've all found a role. And if you think about it, I mean, I met someone recently who has been looking for a job for about a year, and using Indeed and Total Jobs and not getting anywhere. And I thought, this is insane, right? Insanity, which is doing the same things and expecting a different result. My fourth tip is relating to the interview. Be memorable. Now, how do you do that? One aspect of that is to ensure that you research the company thoroughly. Now, not just the basic information on their website, but think, what is their mission statement? Think, who are the target market, and how can you relate your experience and kind of mix it up with what they're doing to say that I'm the right person to help this company go a step further. And another aspect of that also is to ensure that you talk about your passions and your interests, because when you do that, your face naturally lights up and you come across as someone who has something that they care about, and it takes you away from that kind of professional persona we all try to show at interviews and into much more of a fascinating person. My last tip is make sure that you close your interviews properly. Now, this is much more related to the sales industry, but I think it is also relevant elsewhere. What you say is, at the end of the interview, say something along the lines of, as you can appreciate, I'm really interested in this role. So I just wanted to make sure that I have answered all your questions, or, are there any doubts that you have or anything that you're not sure about? And by doing that, you're taking the initiative to cover all aspects, to make sure that, okay, is there something else I can clarify over here? And I think interviewers would appreciate that. They would appreciate that you're using you're showing some emotional intelligence in that, sometimes our communications are not always clear. Now, I hope you guys find that useful. And I just want to say also to the graduates that if you think about it, you have spent 3 to 5 years of your life studying, and you have what it takes to figure out what's next. You just have to have some faith in yourself, be confident, and make sure that you employ the right strategies. After all, life rewards those who live intentionally. Thanks for joining me on this one, guys, and I will see you next week. Enjoy the views in Oxford.